everyone, I'm Lanjing. Today, I'd like to share our study that explores the impacts of smartwatches on socialization among adolescents in China. Big thanks to my co-author, Chao, Zhang, Zhicong. Are you my body seems to be one of the most important questions among teenagers, analyzing the significance of forming and nurturing peer relationships. Teenagers is an essential development stage marked by unpronounced dependence on peer socialization. Past research has investigated peer relationships among teenagers, focusing on peer victims, peer status, and peer influence. Over the year, HCI researchers have revealed that smartphones platforms like Facebook, Instagram have been integrated into fabric of teenager social experience, providing fresh pathway of connections. However, those researchers mainly focus on smartphones or computers. The significance of teenager social interaction on smartwatches remain largely unemployed. In the digital era, smartwatches become an important part of teenagers' lives. In China, a third of children have their own smartwatch. Being on the rest, the smartwatch offers teenagers instant and continuous access to their digital world and allows them to stay connected with their peers anytime and anywhere, unlike smartphones that might be pocket or taken away by their parents. However, most research is either focused on adult smartwatch use or the health informatics and educational context of for children within the West context. This leaves a significant gap in understanding the role of smartwatches in teenagers socializing, the impact on their peer relationship, and the cultural emotions that shape the interaction. So we are motivated to explore the three research questions. How do Chinese adolescents use smartwatches to communicate and socialize with their peers? How do cultural factors influence the way Chinese adolescents engage in smartwatches-mediated socialization? What are the perceived benefits and challenges of smartwatch-mediated socialization for children and adolescents? We interviewed 18 teenagers in China. They all meet our criteria and they have diverse experience using smartwatches to socializing with their peers. We uncovered a comprehensive social economic system mediated by smartwatches, which includes initiating friendships and communicating with local peers, understanding group dynamics and social interactions with online peers, recognizing emerging negative social dynamics, and the transition in and out of smartwatch platforms. We also found that constant purchase of smartwatches on rest worked as an icebreaker when initial relationships with local peers. After making friends, teenagers use smartwatches for secret messaging, such as sharing homework answers. In the online community with smartwatches, peer status is influenced by the number of likes and the extent of visibility. Chinese teenagers seek such status by building virtual relationships, establishing or joining peer groups, and expand their circle of active friends. They call the online community 表圈, which means smart circle. Teenagers in this community called 圈内人, which means people in the smartwatch circle. In the smartwatch circle, likes are the most important measure of a person. So the number of likes become qualification for many social activities in smartwatch circle. Teenagers employ various methods such as perceived harassment and hacking to increase their likes. When likes are high for everyone, teenagers in smart circle introduce visibility as a new capital. Unlike likes, smartwatches do not provide a follow function, making visibility invisible. It depends on how many people within smart circle know the user. Getting hundreds of thousands of likes was the first step to visibility. Then teenagers adopt several strategies with smartwatch, such as using photos and captions found online to impersonate themselves, forming virtual relationships. They call it Guanxi, and mentoring each other frequently in friend circle, also building or joining Jiazu. But all the methods are time-consuming, so many teenagers amplified their visibility fast through some controversies. So many teenagers within Biaoquan emphasize their visibility first through controversies, including sparking social debates or criticize, celebrate, and dialogue. This activity happens within smartwatches, and someone also seek visibility beyond smartwatches. For example, they created personal tags, shared content, and formed fan groups on Chinese social media platforms. As we mentioned earlier, teenagers have a lot of social activity on their smartwatches. The first one is 处关, which means developing virtual relationships with peers. The relationships include lovers, besties, mentors, and even parents and children. There are 4 steps to developing virtual relationships. First, teenagers express interest in developing a virtual relationships and make a request. If the person agrees, they make an official announcement, usually done in the friend circle. Then the strong part in the relationship, such as the parents, the mentor will carry out some duties such as helping her son to find a girlfriend. But most relationships don't last so long and will go to an end within several weeks. The second activity is establishing or joining Jiazu. Jiazu means big family in Chinese, but more similar to a house in English. A social group composed of people in smartwatch circle with identified by prefix in the members' usernames. And Jiazu is well structured with many positions. Within Jiazu, teenagers have many social activities such as playing text-based games, sharing daily life, and offering peer support to others. As participant size, if someone offers them, the Jiazu members unit to criticize them together. Another social activity is Kuolie, which means expanding social circles. The social activities mentioned earlier are coupled with a lot of behavior of expanding social circles, such as developing relationships, meeting new people in-house, and so on. It is worth noting that many teenagers expanding social circles on the other social platforms and that they generally have their own standards of their new friends. Among the social activities, what teenagers seek is the peer status. They collect likes and increase visibility by virtual relationship, house, and expand their relationship. Then they get peer status. Someone with a high peer status in smartwatch circle is called 大佬, which means big shot. Big shots can enjoy privilege among various social activities within a smartwatch circle. There are some negative social dynamics with 表圈, which means a smart circle. The most interesting one is flame war for house. Unlike traditional online cyberbullying or abuse, flame wars typically involve multiple members for two or more house who engaged in these conflicts not for personal reasons, but on behalf of their respective house or their respective peer groups. The origin of a fair war between house usually stemmed from instance where a member of one house experienced insult or mistreatment. In such case, the victim gathers the evidence and presents it within their groups, so other members of the groups to support the victims by resorting to hunting an argument and demanding apologies. This was often involved members from at least two groups, and sometimes even the third groups if they had a bound relationship with either of the two conflicts. Based on our findings, we'd like to discuss how Chinese context shaped teenager socialization with smartwatches for two aspects, Guanxi and collective cultural values. Among smartwatches, teenagers exchange likes to enhance their connection with each other and also depend connection through virtual relationships such as bestie, mentors, and parents and children. Explore and experience with different social rules without the social pressures they faced offline. Through these two behaviors, they also present the characterism rooted in Chinese culture. We also discussed the smartwatches' affordances in their peer socialization. The physicality of smartwatches fosters a sense of immediacy and accessibility, allowing teenagers to engage in their peers in a more specific. We also discussed the smartwatches' affordances in their peer socialization. The physicality of smartwatches fosters a sense of immediacy and accessibility, allowing teenagers engaging with their peers in a more continuous manner. And the socializing among smartwatches is rooted in the local context. Also, smartwatches offer teenagers a safe environment without adults. We also provide some design implications about how to make the smartwatch better for teenagers. We recommended offering features that monitor and remind users of their screen time. It will help them to maintain a balance between their virtual and real life, including tools of time management and rest reminders. We also call for providing teenagers with more express and communication channels based on smartwatches, such as using by signs to enhance social connection. Future designers also should provide a safe social ecosystem for teenagers. So as a result, we discovered a smartwatch-mediated social ecosystem among Chinese teenagers, and we offered implications for designing future wearables that responsibly and safely supports teenager socialization. That's all my presentation. Thank you for listening.